good afternoon, depending on where you are in this really big, huge world of us, ours. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Glad to see you. I hope everybody has a wonderful week ahead. It's productive, it's successful, it's not full of stress and aggravation. It's just floating through and let it be fast. So I've been, chilling this weekend. Came live yesterday. A lot of y'all heard the replay. So salute to you guys. Thank you so much for the support. So let's go ahead and let's have our chit chat, our evening chit chat. So I'll catch y'all up. Those who come here and there, I'll catch y'all up with, the feeling of certain people we're speaking about, so I don't lose y'all, because I know I can go around the world and yeah, and you get lost. So hold my hand and ask questions if you feel. Oh, okay. So first things first, my God. I saw his uploads and I saw people talking about it, so I went over to see what he was talking about, and he was talking to the young lesbian girl, her girlfriend, the older lady, and they were talking, and excuse me. So they were speaking, and the girl was saying that the young lesbian girl that just got the makeover is highly attracted to Marcus, and how she always wanted to invite people over, and this, that, the third. And Marcus was talking to the lesbian girl, and the lesbian girl was like, it was the ugly stud muppet. She was like, oh yeah, I always wanted to do a spicy scene, and so on and so forth. And I put the little young one who just had the makeover, I put her on you, and they're talking, and Marcus is like, yeah, your arch was real nice. Your arch is real nice. And I said, damn, yo, Ademic Sin is a motherfucker. Out of all things, I'm not going to lie to you, I would hate to be what Marcus is, that have extreme weakness of the flesh, that I have a lust demon riding my coattails every inch of my day. There's no way you can tell me, and it could be defamatory if you may say so. I'm not saying this. In a lot of cases, when a parent is like this, and I'm going to say a parent, and they have minors in the household, something very much inappropriate is going on. It doesn't always have to be touching. It could be conversations. It could be this different things. There's no way in hell this guy thinks about sexual situations all the fucking time, and we know it's all the time. It's just like he always, somebody could be like, man, this guy got his pinky toe taken off, and he had gangrene in his finger, and they thinking about taking the finger off now. He'd be like, yeah, so that means he can't finger pop no more. And I'd be like, what the fuck? How do you get this, my man? They talking about somebody getting amputated because it's a this is where we coming from. This is where we going with Marcus. So it's just like, when people say pray for him, I guess you're gonna have to pray for his sick mind if you are a praying person, really care about humanity, because if Marcus could be stopped, that's like a few hundred people that can be saved from these street interviews. I mean, being homeless and people running away, or people finding themselves in unfortunate situations are going to continue to increase, such as life. Shit is fucked up. So that means he will encounter more people and become more depraved and dangerous. So if he could be, so I guess pray for his mind, for it to get some sort of healing, some sort of intervention. Let him meet a therapist that really can assess what's going on with him, and help him keep it under control. Maybe medications of some sort. They have medications to keep shit like that down and under control, believe it or not. But hey, that's not my testimony. But I saw that, I was like, this guy's just like, his mind is finished. It's gone. Okay, thank you. Just like when he was with the little young lesbian girl, and she still had her shorts on with the skirt. She was very uncomfortable. He could have got a pair of jeans to make her pants to make her feel like, and like a button up, short sleeve or whatever. Something to make her feel not totally exposed, but he's a creep. But you know what's a lot of guys, I don't think that he's a creep, that he has fantasies about lesbians. That's a common thing with guys. They like to get like the studliest ones and like just like try to turn them out because they feel like they're turning them back. Like, nah, she's a woman and it's dick and it's going to turn her on a lot of times, unless she's, really, really, really like, really, really strictly like for the ladies. Otherwise, if she, a lot of these lesbians be sneak dicking. I know a lot of lesbians that sneak dick. Shout out to Lady Luck in New Jersey, the rapper. I heard she used to be sneak dicking. I know her very personally. No offense to her, but that's what they said. She dope though. She dope as a female. She wasn't super studdish, but they said she was sneak dicking when niggas. I could see it cute, you know what I mean? But a lot of them are like that. But I mean, but a lot of lesbians are strictly lesbians, wouldn't think about it, wouldn't do it. And with Marcus, that's his fantasy, which is a common thing. But with Marcus, he's sick. So with it being that fantasy, and then you add the sickness to it, then you gotta be like, this guy gotta, it equals, this guy gotta be fucking stopped. No way, no how. Save society, save a lost individual from Marcus. But anyway, that was it. I think that was going on with Marcus. Then I went over and I was listening to Lisa and Rob. Hold on 1 second, okay? Then I went over to Lisa and Rob. Lisa and Rob, I was explaining to y'all before. Rob is the crackhead nigga from Real Right and Uncut. They in Greensboro. And Lisa is his lady. Lisa does not use drugs. She has two older sons in the household, whatever. One of them is very fucking disrespectful. Lisa has been with Rob for about 3-4 years. She met him on the internet, and he's just a crackhead. Like, he's just a loser. But anyway, she was on or whatever. They have a tumultuous relationship, one that no one desires. There's nothing romantic about it because at least toxic couples, they fight and then they, excuse my language when I say this, because it isn't making love, it isn't having intercourse or sex. They fuck. They argue and they fuck. That's what toxic couples do. Him and her, they fight and they don't fuck. He just go out and find him someone's Caucasoid phallus to lay his oral objects on, because he's just that type of nigga, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, she was talking about how that a lot of guys that like homosexuals and stuff like that, and it's like, no, that is not true. Hold on. I'm sorry, I did not make the on the air. She was talking about how, basing on her experience with Rob, like, oh, a lot of these guys are homosexuals and stuff like that. A lot of people are bums. A lot of people are having a hard time if they're not bums. However, you chose Rob. Once you found out Rob said that she met him and she knew he was in a recovery house. So, I mean, there it goes. And she moved him in after 4 days. So it's like, well, what did you want? You rushed something you shouldn't have rushed. A lot of these older women, and I only can speak for these older females, they are just not content with just living alone. They'll tell you, oh, I'll be single, I'll do this, but then they'll be like, oh, I'm gonna get me a toy, or and there's nothing wrong with self gratification. If that's what you're into. I'm just not into it. Like I said, this is my world. I listen and I judge depending on what the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? So, a lot of times you hear that. I got an older female in my family or whatever. She's way older, like senior citizen. And she been chasing the same nigga for 40 fucking years. So it's like, what do you want? And he be doing her dirty. Never marries her, never have children with her, nothing. She wasted her youth running after him. Yeah, she fucked with other dudes and stuff, but it was always him. You know what I'm saying? If he come to the door, daddy's home, that's it. Everybody get dropped. You know what I mean? And it's the same thing with her. So when I look at Lisa, I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Lisa's not a senior citizen. Lisa is 43 years old. But Lisa's being held hostage by them two fucking ungrateful sons in that fucking household and that crackhead ass nigga that embarrasses her. She was just like talking about how dudes won't pay for a woman's maintenance, like hair, nails, whatever, because they want to be taken care of. Yeah, you're right. You got a lot of bitch ass motherfuckers out here. You got a lot of bitch ass niggas that's like, look at me. You know what I'm saying? But Lisa, you picked a crackhead that ain't doing nothing. You know what I mean? So you can't compare your situation or your friend's toxic situation to how guys are. There are a lot of men that take care of maintenance or whatever. I've been blessed to meet men that, a lot of them didn't know whether I was a man or woman under my clothes or how the back of my tonsils felt. You know what I'm saying? This very great confidants, very good hangout buddies, and they were generous or whatever. You ain't got to be no beauty queen or whatever. Just be your fucking self and don't lie to nobody. It's this dude just like, yo, I like her. She a woman. And, you know what I mean? That's my homegirl. And I think this would be nice. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it is what it is. That's when I'm young. As an old woman, that still can happen, Lisa. It just ain't gonna happen with Rob. You gotta get him out your motherfucking life. These bitches don't get it. Get these niggas out your life. This nigga smoke crack. He deals with men on the low, and he puts his mouth on dirty vaginas too, because them crackhead chicks be telling on him, and you still deal with him. You see the fucking interviews, and then she was just talking about um, how a man ain't gonna let another guy disrespect his lady. You serious? You serious? Because every time Rob get around Ghost be crying on the fuck out of you. Rob don't ever say, yo, Ghost, chill the fuck out. Don't talk about my old lady. Nothing. He don't say shit. So it's just like you have a whole lot of fucking thoughts about stuff that you don't apply to your whole fucking life. And I like Lisa. Don't get it fucked up. That's my homegirl in my fucking head. But god damn, dude. You know what I'm saying? It's just like enough and stuff. Like, yo, when I heard her son disrespect her, she's singing a song and shit. I'm about to sing the song with her while I listen, watch her live or whatever. And her son gonna talk about, shut the fuck up, bitch. Ain't nobody wanna hear that. And that's the day that nigga will get the fuck about my house. But he watching his father fucking diss her, watch Rob, the crackhead, diss her. It's just like there's no boundaries, there's no respect. Get up, leave them niggas behind, and let them figure the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? But all that shut the fuck up, bitch, we not doing that. She's like, I just ignore my son. No, you don't fucking ignore that. Go upside his fucking head. He's 18. You jump on that motherfucking nigga. You know what I'm saying? But these little boys will fight you back. So I just really don't know in her situation or whatever. But it's just like the situation with Rob is not going anywhere. He gonna have her go to hell with his motherfucking cooties put in his mouth and his phalluses places that has no weight, no places being. He's just a pitiful, sorry motherfucker. But it's crazy that people who have the most toxic relationships, they have the most fucking advice. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, they be like, I don't need nobody. I'm good by myself. I might as well be by myself. Like, no, there are people, if you want to be with someone, you should be with someone. But I know you should be healed and you need to be content with yourself. People say they don't have problems with themselves. Well, you do, because 10 out of 10, your partner is a reflection of what the fuck you think about yourself and how you treat yourself. Your partner is a reflection of yourself. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't know where we're going here with that, but I was watching her and I was like, And people in the audience was like, yo, Rob just don't like you, so you gotta accept that. And she saw it, but she was that person, like, if you say some real shit, Lisa's just gonna fucking ignore it or whatever. She see you, she ain't gonna block you. But you know what I mean? It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's not true. There's guys that will pay for maintenance. Every guy is not a homosexual, untrue. You are what the fuck you eat. You are your partner. You're a reflection of your partner. You shouldn't give advice if your shit fucked up and we watching it in real fucking time. Lisa, I'm so sorry for you that you allowing yourself to go through this at 43 years of age with the men and of the males. They're not male, men. The males in your family. I am truly sympathizing with you. But girl, what Albie Shore said, gotta get up on your own, girl. It's time. Leave all three of them niggas in that mother. I'll take my name off the fucking lease and I'll just do me. I wouldn't even tell no motherfucker. I'll be out and about. Let them figure the shit out. I'll be gone. You know what I'm saying? It's just like everybody's just abusive in these relationships. But for her to say that, oh, a guy needs to take up for his woman, well, we see what I'm saying. Ghosts be dissing you and shit like that. Rob says Nathan. If anything, Rob joins in on, kicking you upside your head to satisfy fucking Ghost. So, I really don't know what to tell her, but it is really fucking pitiful. But these addiction channels, it'd be crazy because these addiction channels doesn't only show you the addicts themselves, but it show you their family and their surroundings, their environment that supports this behavior. You know what I'm saying? And you'll find out the whole fucking squad, their whole squad is fucked up. So, I don't know what else to say, but I will be still watching Marcus with y'all to see what's going on. What's the verdict on what's going on with him, any charges. going to be filed. He said that, maybe, she believes that it's an investigation going on, and, they're not going to tell us what's going on. I hope and pray it's like that, because nobody deserves to, cross the path of someone like that when they're in a precarious situation, a situation that's really dire and uncertain. That's the last thing you want to bump into. Like I said, I was blessed that, when I decided to leave home at an early age because I wanted to be grown, that I bumped into people that really nurtured, took care of me, and did not want anything in return from me. And I gave them respect and gratitude. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't out there begging, but they was like, "Were you out here by yourself?" Like, "Yeah." "Where you from?" "New York." "What? What the fuck you do? Who you know out here?" "I'm good." "No, you not good. Yo, you come, you eat dinner with my family every Sunday. That's what we do." You know what I'm saying? Don't let them know. I'll just tell them you my friend from, you know what I'm saying, college or some shit like that. Like, yo, it be some shit like, you know what I'm saying? But they bumping into Marcus and shit like that. Greg to me is not a predator. They say Greg be selling yay to his people and threatening them. Marcus is a fucking little 4'5" a fucking terror. You know what I'm saying? He intimidates people with guns. He sits there and, have them lying and act like, "Oh no, this is real shit." He's a hater. Every time he meets someone that's in a relationship or whatever, here we go. He gonna come fuck it up or put his bad juju on it. It's just like, what else we want from him? Right now, it's just like I can't even concentrate on Greg. Like I said, I brought up Lisa because, the conversation was very interesting because she's in love with one of the interviewees. We know Lisa from Real Right Now Cut because her man is a crackhead, which is really her choice to be there. But nevertheless, this really should be, it's just like all the focus is on Marcus. When we come on, it's just like Marcus, but we don't got no updates, you know what I mean? So it's just like we watch one of his lives and see if he says anything else about being stressed or people contacting him, and we'll just see. But anyway, that was short, sweet, and simple. I want everyone to have a good week ahead, and I'll come back on if there's something else to talk about or whatever. I was just chit-chatting with y'all really quick, you know what I'm saying? Mixed bag of nuts, you know what I mean? Be good to yourself and peace, and thank you so much for coming by.